Welcome, everybody, to the next episode of the latest thread Creative Spark. Remember, last time we introduced this new program. So today we're going to share our pictures. Let's review the inspiration that we shared with you last month. Thank you, Sharon. It was this beautiful vase. And you can see that there was a lot of different individual design elements that you could pick from. So I hope you were inspired, and now we'll share our either drawing or inspiration picture and then our quilted pictures.
I just noticed there's cross hatching on that. Just
On
now.
the top, yes. Uh-huh.
Yep. There is.
Tells you how observant I am. Okay.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to do, which is very basic lines. And the idea was to then, because the spacing varies, so it would allow me to incorporate some of those designs that were on that vase to use for my quilted piece. Very basic foundation. And here is the finished process. And what I did, because I liked the arcs that were echoed, but instead of doing them precisely, I wanted to shape them because on the vase, there was all kinds of different shapes or sizes of those arcs. And I wanted to incorporate that in my stitching, so you can see that the arcs in my quilting, they varied in size, and I did an echo to make it very random, because on the vase itself everything was super random. And then I wanted those to pop out and did just the matchstick quilting in between, and then use some of the round shapes in between the spaces, and then going diagonally a different shape of arc. So it's a mishmash of things, but that's what I saw when I looked at that vase. So
yeah, so is the vase.
It's like organized mishmash, though.
Yeah.
Like
right.
you brought a little organization to all that stuff on the vase.
Yeah. And I think that like the takeaway for me here is on this is like you define the space. Like Ava, just here's our foundation. This is their defined space, and then you can add your fun stuff in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, this is mine. And I just like the one shape in there. Just kind of random, which I love, the totally random stuff. And then I just made some wavy random lines to fit it into.
It almost like looks like partial block letters.
Mhm.
I look at it and I try to start reading what it says.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love this kind of stuff where you don't have to think at all as you're stitching it, just go. And it doesn't matter. Everyone's different.
And the texture is very effective, and that definitely could be used as a background fill. It could even be on a larger scale used as an edge to edge.
Yeah.
So super versatile again.
Yeah. Very cool.
This is my drawing, and I was mostly looking at the top of that vase. And I blew it up a little bit, and it looked over there on the side, it looked like it kind of had a little bit of a teardrop shape, but as I looked closer at it, it's apparent that it is kind of a cross hatching, but it has a movement to it instead of just being a straight cross hatching. And so the way I approached that is just I made one line. I think there's a shot of my before I stitched it there.
Oh.
I did a half-inch. I did half-inch markings all the way around, and then that first line is just my random curve, however whatever I decided, I just wanted to show that movement. And then I just built it from there. So the finished one looks like that.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
So it's not just a, straight curve. It's, if you wanted to be more specific about this, you could use a ruler, but I didn't.
But how
I
effective
think
is that?
it's-
Like, it's just a really
It is.
soft S shape.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. Just a really soft S shape and just made it all mesh.
Very cool.
Yeah. It is really nice.
Mm. It almost creates an OG shape in the middle,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then back up and then again.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you did that like crazy cross, that would be like
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the top of that vase really had a lot of movement as far as how that cross hatching was in there. So that's
I
what
have to go
looking
back and look again. I just noticed the cross hatching.
See, we all see different things, right?
for.
Oh, so I noticed these two things. It's kind of like that arc. So the arc with the little circle and then the double arc, whatever it is, half circle. So that's what I noticed. So then, okay, I did this is just a doodle on graph paper, computer graph paper, but I wanted to alternate the arc with the circle and then the double arc. So I said, oh, let me try it on a 2-inch grid. And then that's the next one. So I stitched it out, alternated them. And then I went back and I did the horizontal lines only to see if I would like it. And I didn't do the vertical. And I don't know which one I like better. I think I like it
Oh.
with the lines.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, look at me. I'm moving my mouse so that they can't see it. But like in the top row,
Yeah.
there's no
So-
vertical lines. And it's kind of just hanging there, that echoed
Mhm.
one. So I think I would like
Right.
all the lines.
It actually kind of like echoes like around the shape of this pebble right here. It just kind of
Mhm.
like curves around it. So I mean, I actually like it.
You like it
Mhm.
without the line.
I like it without the line.
Yeah.
And I really that's so you were able to quilt that out like a continuous curve,
Yes. Mhm.
just point to point.
Well, point to point with a little detour for the
Yeah.
inside of the continuous curve. Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah. Like it.
I really like that. I think that's really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I had fun with this one.
There's
Yeah.
a lot going on.
Oh,
There was a lot going
you
on.
should be in
that
here.
vase.
Yeah, it's super cute. Oh,
Oh.
that one's mine. So I like that big kind of a moon shape as well. And I actually did not like what I had drawn, and with the lines and the curves. And then I got to the end and I was like, I just did a line through it as if I was gonna like scribble it out with an eraser, but it actually made a curved line with my pen. And I was like, huh. Maybe if I do another one. So I drew the line through it just to kind of give some more interest into that longer space with the big lines and the curves. And I did notice the crosshatch as well, but I also liked how there were like wide rows and then narrow rows. So I made my curves and lines the wide rows and then a little 1/2-inch row with a little crosshatch in it. Not really a crosshatch. It looks like just little on-point squares, but it really was inspired by the crosshatch.
Mhm.
And there's my
I like that.
little
I like that.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
had them
very
going
nice.
the opposite ways. I actually stitched this twice. The first time I stitched it out, my curves were really, really narrow. So everything was just super flat. And I had like no dimension or nothing coming forward at all. So I started over and made them. So
One-
I'm thinking the space between this line here and the top of the curve is almost 1 inch. So it
When I
gives a
first
little
saw-
bit more.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
Go ahead.
When I first saw your drawing, I'm like, look at Sharon sliding over to the modern side.
I know. I was like, I am so Jody right now. I felt really like out of my zone. And I think it was just like that line through it that I was like, oh, that's something Jody would do. So was really proud.
But the effect is really cool. I love
It
it.
is.
neat.
Yes.
I do like it.
It's
mean-
kind of fun. It's got some nice movement, and I really love this teeny darling little crosshatch in there too. So yeah, it was very challenging, this vase, because there was so much detail, and what do you
Mhm.
pull out, right? Like what?
Right.
So many
Well,
I
options
was
with that.
just looking at it too, thinking if you had done those half moons or whatever you want to call them, opposite everyone,
Oh
you know,
yeah,
donate and then did it would have looked totally different.
that would look cool too.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah.
It would. That's the fun thing about doing this. Every design you look at, you think, oh, I could do that and add this. And then
Mhm.
it's different.
Yes.
Come up with multiple variations for
But
sure.
the interesting part, and I hope you that are watching this, you know, can get excited about it as we apparently are. It doesn't take much for us to get excited about things. But anyway, you know, I hope you're equally as excited. And you can see, you know, how from something that you used as inspiration, you can just take out individual parts and turn it into a new design. So I think we're ready to show you the inspiration for next month.
Oh,
And look
Cool.
at that. That
Very
is cool. It's like a fossil.
it's a
Awesome.
giant size seashell.
Yeah.
Yes.
I took that picture at a rock and gem show in Calgary, and that's my hand. I had taken the picture to show my husband, like, look at the size of this thing in relation to my hand, and
Mhm.
it's so impressive.
That is very
Yeah.
cool.
Is neat.
Yes.
So this is what you can use for your inspiration for next time.
Mhm.
And we're excited to see what you come up with. And I hope you share, or we hope you share your pictures
Yeah.
so we can, you know, show them here as well.
So they can share them where?
Well, they can share them either on Gamma Education or on YouTube. You can add your pictures and can we add them to the comment section?
On YouTube, I don't think you can add a photo.
Yeah.
You know, so probably, put them anywhere in the group or email them to
Yep.
education@gamel.com.
Yep.
In
Great.
what group?
Hmm?
In
Or in the
what?
group. Mhm.
Okay. So I guess that's it for today. Hopefully you were inspired. I know we were. And we'll see you all next time. Bye.